Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Heyo.
And Brandon.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about games. Oh, just games. No things. This is E3 week. That's all we got. E3.
Yeah.
We'll probably be talking
return.
about more games than E3 did.
That's not a fair dig.
Are you sure?
We're in a pandemic still, Brandon.
Oh, that's bullshit. Come on, listen to me. Alright, I get that. I get that we're in a pandemic, but you shouldn't have hyped up E3 when most people had like 2 or 3 things to show max, and then announced other stuff outside of E3, which didn't really make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense to me.
Don't
say something like, hey, Namkai Bando's got their own press conference.
What did Namkai Bando announce?
They announced the Dark Pictures Anthology 3rd game, talked about it for 15 minutes, and then fucked off. That was it.
Well, nobody at E3 was going to be like, hey guys, come watch E3. It's going to be really shitty this year. You love it.
They should have just did another Games Fest or something, because E3 was really shitty this year.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that. So this episode, we're just talking E3. So we're going to talk a bit about Microsoft and Nintendo, and then we'll just have some after segment stuff for just whatever's left, which really isn't that much. So, yeah, you guys ready to get into it?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's start with Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
So they did the thing.
They opened up with Starfield,
which is Xbox exclusive, and we got a hard date for it.
Yeah, November 11th.
Yeah. So
it doesn't seem to like that.
So, yeah, I was gonna say that's the same date that that Skyrim came out on.
Mm-hmm. I remember that day very much.
Yeah, because what was it? Skyward Sword, Battlefield something 4, Battlefield 4, and Skyrim, all in like the same week.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure that's right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a receipt somewhere with everything I bought that week.
I have receipts.
I got the receipts.
It was a long receipt.
Did you buy them at CVS?
Oh no. Just I had okay, all right. Do you guys remember this? Back when Best Buy had their gamers club thing, and the receipts they would print out for you whenever you picked up a game, it would just be like, it'd be like a fucking, it was like a roll of toilet paper, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, now imagine that, but picking up all 3 of those games in the same week.
Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, so Starfield. It's coming out November 11th. Yeah, 11 years after Skyrim.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe you guys had a different take on it. I mean, that trailer was like, it's interesting, but it really didn't like do anything for me.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, there's like nothing. There's a space.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, it's grungy space. That's cool.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Literally.
It was weird that they led with that, because it was like, all right, cool, we got a release date and like a grungy space cinematic. And I'm really surprised we have a hard release date, but like, I don't know, did nothing. Absolutely.
I mean, I think people were excited to see it, especially considering too, like originally, like the last kind of bit we heard about it was that it might be like a PlayStation exclusive, and obviously the Microsoft purchase changed that, and now that's not even on the table anymore. We know that definitively. So it's just like, Bethesda's here. They're 100% supporting Xbox, and if you want to play their games, this is where you got to go. So, that's. I mean, that was interesting in its own. I mean, that was bigger news than the game itself, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
And then after that, they went into Stalker, which I thought was way too much time spent on that game.
I completely disagree. I think Stalker looks fucking amazing. It's one of my
I'm not saying it didn't necessarily look bad. I just thought that they spent way too much time on it. There are a couple games where I felt like that. Microsoft always does it, and it's usually just stuff that just doesn't mesh up with stuff I care about. But
so the reason I have a theory as to why they spent so much time on Stalker. Stalker's never been a console game ever. It's never been outside of PC. was built as a PC game. That's what it's always been. So showing people that kind of gave them an idea of what Stalker is, at least a tiny idea of what Stalker is. Because a lot of times when they show like gameplay, and it's like, oh, we see guns. Oh, okay, was this a military shooter? No, it's not a military shooter. This gave the idea of being in the irradiated zone and how like it's like survival, but it's also horror. Like all of that was put into the showcase for that portion of the Xbox showcase for that game specifically. It showed enough to be like, all right, so this game's not just like a military sim. It's not just like a first-person shooter. It's not just a survival game. It's like all these things together. And then they were like, also there's a story, and that's why you had the like campfire thing where you're around the campfire and that sort of deal. And they were just kind of giving you an idea of what Stalker is. And I think that's fair because it's never been a game that you could play on a console, period. So most people probably have never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Granted, I do think they should probably bring over the other games now. Like maybe before this one releases, they'll have like a Stalker remaster collection or something.
You got to pace yourself, Brandon. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, well, let me explain this. If they don't, a lot of this won't make sense unless the game does a lot of explaining.
Maybe it'll have an interactive comic like Mass Effect 3 did on the Wii U.
Ooh.
Yeah. See?
Because they're going to be using terms and shit, and people are going to be like, what does this mean? Because, like, Stalker is essentially, like, Metro, or, like, some kind of fantasy novel series. And, like, if you don't know the terminology, you're just going to be like, oh, a what now?
Yeah. They got Google. They can figure it out.
Let's say, when did the original Stalker come out?
2002.
Oh, God.
I say it's been a long time.
Let me double check that one.
Survey says
I don't know.
Okay.
Survey says it looks like 2007 actually, and then 2008, and then 2010. Because there are 3 Stalker games before this one, so this is technically Stalker 5, but actually no, it's Stalker 2. I mean Stalker 4, not 5. I can't count. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was never a game series I was ever into, but it looks pretty.
I think you'd like it. You like the Fallout stuff.
Yeah, I do like Fallout stuff.
Stalker's like Fallout if it wasn't as jank and had way more of an emphasis on exploration and figuring out things for yourself.
Not as jank, but isn't that the game that the guy was holding the pistol like a full gun? And he was
the mods in this game are insane. That's
the meme where like you aim better because of the fear of shooting your own hand.
There's just some weird shit in this game, alright?
Yeah. That's fair.
It's from 2007, dude. Give it a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else to say on Stalker?
No, I got nothing.
Good.
It's
play
a game.
Let's see. Some of these next ones, like I don't remember at all. Back for Blood.
Can you? That's the Left 4 Dead game.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm already sold on it, so I'm cool.
I mean, we get to play it on Game Pass because it's on Game Pass. So it's like whatever.
Contraband. So yeah, I don't remember Contraband either.
They just showed a small snippet of it with some music playing. That was it.
Yeah, they didn't really tell us much of anything.
I mean, I think some of these were like that. There's a new Sea of Thieves expansion coming out, which
that they showed. That's the Pirates of the Caribbean one, where they actually got Captain Jack Sparrow and the other Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's actually a story mode. So that looked really cool. I actually like that. I'm going to be playing that on.
I know some people have been really enjoying Sea of Thieves. So
yeah, apparently it just got way better, like over time.
I feel like that's kind of par for the course for these type of games. As long as you put the time into it, like, yeah, it makes sense. After that, I guess they had Battlefield 2042.
I mean, it looked good.
Yeah.
That game's not doing anything for me, honestly. I haven't liked the Battlefield in a while.
Okay.
So now they're just like, hey guys, it's Battlefield
with a tornado.
Like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, there's other weather effects too.
Oh no, not hail.
Oh shit.
Was that the Northern Lights?
the Northern Lights. Yeah. Why the Northern Lights in the middle of the desert?
Yeah.
Aurora Borealis.
It's the mystery of Battlefield 2042. You gotta solve the mystery. 12 minutes was like, this is all part of, it's got to be part of like a real. I remember 12 minutes though, because that actually looked
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm interested in playing 12 minutes. That's the game where you have 12 minutes and then something horrible happens to you every single time at the end of it.
Yeah, it's like a time looping puzzle.
Yeah,
Kind of-
yeah.
Kind of Groundhog Day-ish thing. It looked cool. So, I mean, I would try it. I don't know.
I mean, Game Pass, so
Yeah,
might as
almost
well,
all
right?
of these things are on Game Pass too, which should be noted. Which actually, I just want to give Microsoft credit because I think that's the most impressive part of this
Yes.
conference. Was almost everything was Game Pass.
They said 27 of the 30 games they would be showing were all on
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Mhm. So
And I even think that's a little bit of a lie as well, because they showed Battlefield and they were counting it as one of the games that wouldn't be on Game Pass, but Game Pass also has EA Origin Pass in it as well. So doesn't that mean it's also in Game Pass?
Technically speaking, yes, actually.
yeah. Although I mean, then you would only get it for like what? Like it's a few hours or something, right? Yeah.
Depends on which version of the Origin Pass you have.
Mm-hmm.
If you like upgrade for $5 more, I think it is, then you get the whole thing for as long as you are paying for the pass.
Oh, that's not bad though. So, next thing they had was Psychonauts 2.
With an actual release date?
Yeah, August 25. Coming
Yeah,
up very soon.
that's yep.
Yeah, that's Psychonauts. I don't know. It's weird. I don't have a ton to say about a lot of these games. Fallout 76 has new stuff coming out.
That
People
game
care
pisses
about
me.
it again.
I mean, Psychonauts 2 looked really good. Like I'm gonna say that right now. I think that looks great. I'm kind of excited to play that
But
one.
you,
as
but you
well.
have to give money to Tim Schafer.
No, I don't, because I have Game Pass. It's on
Yeah,
Game
I mean-
Pass.
You're
But
in
Microsoft
some
owns-
way.
Yeah.
You are in some way giving money to Tim Schafer.
That means anyone with Game Pass is giving money to Tim Schafer, dude.
I mean, really.
No.
technically.
No. The Fallout 76 thing really upsets me because I shit on that game mercilessly,
hmm
and then they're like, "Hey guys, what if we added the Pit DLC to it?" And I'm like, "Fuck."
I mean, I'm sure Brandon still hates it, and I haven't played it, but I keep on hearing it's gotten a lot better.
I mean, maybe it's on Game Pass, so I could
Yeah.
just try it if I wanted to on PC, but like, I also don't want to. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know. There's a lot of things canonically with that game that piss me off too. So like, it's not even does the game work? I want the game to be correct story wise, and it's not.
Yeah. It's fine. We got Elder Scrolls Online stuff next.
I don't think any of us play that.
No, I think Brandon
played
played it when it came out.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's a free MMO without a subscription fee, and there's a lot of content to it. Like I said, it's fine. It's just, it is, you know?
It exists.
hmm
Let's see. They had the isometric puzzle game Somerville. Don't remember.
Where's
it.
that one? I don't see that one.
Yeah,
Somerville.
This,
Oh, thank you.
on this list, it's right after Fallout. But
Oh, I guess I missed that.
See, a lot of these games were just like 30 seconds, title, 2022.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
like
that was a
sizzle
bit
reel.
of an issue.
Nintendo did it too. Like Nintendo had a lot of sizzle reels too,
Mhm,
which I'm sure we'll do a lot of the same stuff when we get to theirs as well.
Mhm.
But the next thing is a big one. They finally talked about Halo Infinite. So showed a story trailer, and then multiplayer is going to be free to play, which I know a lot of people are actually really excited about. So
Yeah, I'm holding judgment off on that one. I'm kind of worried about it.
That game is not coming out holiday 2021.
it's this, and it was like everything was coming out was what they were saying too, because a lot of the rumors, remember, they said it was going to be like piecemeal, like part of it was going to come out first, and then the other part was going to come out later. They said everything's coming out this year.
I think we
think.
will at least have the multiplayer holiday.
I don't think this game... No, because my problem was like, you guys have an exact date for Starfield and can't give us a solid date for Halo.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That is
doesn't make
fair.
any sense. So that makes
But
me
how
think
many
that they're
exact
not...
dates has Bethesda given that are not exactly correct?
That's fine. But, like, don't tell me holiday for Halo and not just 2020. Like, let's be honest, right? For Starfield, I think everybody knew if you splashed up 2022, when does Bethesda's games mostly launch? October and November.
Yep.
Probably this is a safe bet. That game's going to come out October or November. So like you don't need to give us an exact date for it. Whereas Halo, they were like, this game should be coming out this year. It's currently the midway of June. Holiday.
Yeah, we're not sure. But
Holiday.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to get... If they decide to piecemeal it, whatever, but I don't think we're going to get that game this year. Truly. So
and I do agree, it is suspicious. Because you are right. Like, we're halfway through the year. Like, you don't know if it's going to... Where in the next 6 months it's going to release. Like, not even like a ballpark.
That's
kind
fair.
of thing.
Yeah.
That is suspicious.
Did we actually see gameplay outside of the multiplayer?
I know they showed the story cinematic. I don't think they showed any single player stuff. Is that what you mean?
No,
yes.
They didn't show any. Like, before they showed Craig, we got none of that.
Yeah. But the multiplayer, we got some multiplayer gameplay. And that's why I think multiplayer will at least release this holiday.
I mean, it's probably
the multiplayer
looked trying to work on them both.
Like it was already done.
Well, I bet it has been. I bet it's just been them fine-tuning it and like trying to get stuff like all together.
Also,
but...
the multiplayer looks pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of excited for that.
I mean, that's why people love Halo. Like, you don't want to fuck that up. Be like,
exactly,
making a Mario game and fucking up the platforms. Like,
yeah.
nobody wants that shit.
And at this point, really, the only way Halo's going to survive is if the multiplayer is good.
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
Microsoft knows. Like, this is their, like, we talk about, like, tentpole games. Like, this is Xbox is Halo, and it's like they have to.
This is Xbox's Halo. Halo's Halo. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is their big like franchise. Like, it's got to be good. They're not gonna like half-ass it and send out something shitty, like the Halo Master Chief Collection.
Halo Master Chief Collection is great, actually.
Well, it's great now, but I'm saying when it came out, it was not so much.
Correct. 100% correct right there.
And they didn't like tuck their tail between their legs, be like, "We super fucked up.
Yep.
Here's a free game. Here's a free Halo game as a pittance for a fuck up." And we'll get back to work on it. And slowly but surely, over the course of the last like 5 years, they finally made it closer to where it needs to be. So
when the PC version started coming out is when it got better.
So yeah, I mean, that Halo looks good. I think it looks good. I think they listen. I would be surprised if they release something that's like substellar. Like, expect a good game.
Yeah, I think at the very least, the multiplayer is going to be really good. I don't know about the single player. That I'm reserving judgment on that, but
I had to like wiki up the story because I was like, because that trailer had me so confused about what was going on. Because I obviously do not follow Halo that much, but I know enough to kind of be like, I'm missing a piece of the story.
That piece is Halo 5, and most other people are also missing that piece of the story because Halo 5 was garbage.
It was.
Yeah. So, anyways, speaking of great multiplayer games, Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Yes.
We got a release date September 23rd. That's
we have a price. We have a fucking price. It's only $40.
Oh, is it? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's on the PS5 store right now. I saw it for $40 the other day, and I was like, yo, I'm in.
I'm actually, like, really surprised about that. Not that I don't think that's a fair price for it, but I just figured that'd be something like, people really want this shit, so let's make it, like, $80.
Yeah, they went down in price instead of up. Whoa.
Yeah. Who knew? So, I mean, that game should sell well. I mean, I'm honestly, like, you guys know how I am with like Diablo 3. Like, I don't know, like love-hate relationship. But I mean, even I'm just kind of like, I might get it. Like,
I'm definitely gonna pick it up.
Diablo 2 is the best flavor of Diablo, and not only is it cross
progression,
cross console, but it's cross progression.
Yeah,
so I'm double dipping on that. I'll be buying that for the Switch and PC.
I'm probably gonna go PC and PS5.
I'm surprised you wouldn't do PC and Switch too, Brandon, considering how much you travel with your Switch.
Dude, here's the problem, and it's a big one. Joy-Con drift just pisses me off. And anytime I replace the stuff, it just rears its ugly head a few months later. And it's on every single Joy-Con I have. At this point, I barely consider my Switch a playable console.
Yeah, that's fair. How's that third-party one, though? Do you have any issues with that?
So I played that. I played my brother's third-party controllers, and I've actually been using those off and on when he's not using them, and they're great. I have no issues with them whatsoever. I thought about picking those up. Like, they're meaty, chunky boys. It's like slicing a Pro Controller in half and putting each half on the side of a Switch, but it works and it feels much more like what's the word I'm looking for? Sturdy.
More ergonomic.
Sturdy, ergonomic, and also like it doesn't feel like it's going to break. You know.
No,
So,
I mean, for as much as you play it, like honestly, it seems like it'd be a good investment for you.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do that in the future, in the very near future. In the meantime, I'm just gonna keep stealing his.
Or just steal his and just tell him fuck off. Is he your younger brother?
Yeah, but by like a few years.
Okay, so see,
Fair enough.
exactly. It's your right as an older brother to take their shit and claim it as your own.
Steal that shit.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Slime Rancher 2, I don't remember it.
I
Shredders.
love Slime Rancher. That's a great game.
Is it like Monster Rancher?
No.
No.
All right, so essentially how it works is each slime does a certain thing. So like red slime, and maybe they breathe fire. And when you capture these slimes, what you then need to do and be aware of doing is putting them into certain pins, because certain slimes will get along with other slimes and other ones will like eat or kill the other slimes. And you have to like, it's like part puzzle game and part interactive like first person adventure game. So like the interactive first person adventure game is going out there and capturing the slimes out in the wild. And then the puzzle is figuring out what pins to put them inside of when you get back to your home, where they will actually work together and make the right like slime babies, or produce like the right extract so that you can power certain tools and other such things. And it's a very interesting and fun game. It's very different.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Sounds interesting. Shredders was a snowboarding game.
Shredders.
That's all I remember.
I think this looks like fun. I actually, this one, when my friend saw it, we were like, yo, are we gonna get another amped-like game for Xbox? Because I'm totally down for that. And, I mean, it doesn't look like amped, but it does look like a fun game.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just trying to find things to say.
No, that's fair. Some of these are a struggle. Plague Tale.
No. You're skipping over the best game in the entire conference.
It's on my list.
Atomic Heart is not on the list. Your list is
it's further
bullshit.
down.
Okay.
Plague Tale's above Atomic Heart. I thought you were using the same one I linked you.
Yeah, I'm also watching the video.
Oh.
And the video is
Heart
actually
is
showing
so-
it differently than this list.
I've been so excited for Atomic Heart since they first showed it off. I'm like so ready for this.
And it's on Game Pass.
It is.
When they showed it off, I actually thought it was. I was like, "Is this the new BioShock game?"
No, they were modeling their game after that, but they're like, "Hey, we're Russian BioShock," and it's like, "All right, cool."
It looked good.
Yeah. Did we? I don't think we got a release date for that. No.
It's coming 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, so next year to Game Pass. So probably in like 12 years,
I hope
maybe
it's
to
good.
Game Pass.
I really do hope it's good. It looks good.
Man, I just want it to exist. Honestly, that's really what I want.
Plague Tale Requiem. It's coming.
Yep, that's a sequel to Plague Tale Innocence, which was a really good game. And if you haven't played it, you should check it out. It's on Game Pass, the first one.
Yeah, I just remember you saying it was really good. It's coming to Switch too. Surprisingly,
That should be interesting.
It's another one of those streaming games.
That makes way more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you saw that Guardians Game of the Day announced is also a streaming title.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That also makes way more sense.
Well, I saw it show up in Nintendo's Direct, and I was like, "That." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "What are they gonna? How are they gonna pull this off?" And afterwards, they were like, "It's streaming," and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Got it." But we'll talk about that again after we get to Nintendo, probably. Far Cry 6, they showed off here as well. It looked interesting. I like.
Yeah,
Far
I
Cry.
mean, I want some more like substantial gameplay. We get like little snippets here and there of gameplay.
All their trailers, at least the two that I saw during this E3, were very story focused.
Yes.
It's got what's his face from Breaking Bad and The Mandalorian. I think
Stav,
Giancarlo,
whatever his name is, I can't remember it.
I think his name is Giancarlo.
No, I was trying to remember his character from Breaking Bad.
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay.
I just remember he's the chicken guy.
The
Mhm.
chicken.
The chicken. What was it? Some Hermanos Pollos.
Los Manos Pollos, I think.
That's close, but it can't be Manos because that'd be weird. Because it's hands.
It was Gus Fring. Gus Fring.
Oh yes, Gus.
Yes.
It was Los Pollos Hermanos.
He plays a good villain in everything he's in, for
Yeah,
the
he does.
most part. He's
I liked
just
him in The Mandalorian too.
he's just so likable. He's such a good actor. I'm looking forward to, and basically ever since I've seen footage of him as one of the characters in Far Cry 6, I've been like, this is gonna be good.
At least the story will be.
I also
Although
like,
the Far Cry games have always, at least since 3, have been pretty solid.
yeah, I agree. I think 2 was a lot of fun too, but it was just way more survival focused, which made it difficult to enjoy.
Well, 3 is where they really opened it up. It's like a. Like
2 was very opened up also. That's the thing. It's
Was
just
it?
2. Yeah, 2 was very, very opened up, but you kept getting malaria.
Oh, 2. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm getting 2 confused with like the pseudo sequel to 1.
The one that was
2
on
is
the
the
Wii?
Africa one. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2 is the one in Africa where you constantly get malaria.
Yes, I remember that one now. I remember there was Far Cry, and then there was like what, Far Cry Instincts, and I think that's like mentally something. It's like Far Cry something. That's what I like keep
It
thinking.
was also
of.
on like the original Xbox, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Instincts on the original Xbox.
Mhm.
And then
I mean,
Predator.
I like all the Far Cries. I think 1 is actually a very good game. At least the PC version. I remember Instincts being fun. I remember 2 being very difficult because it made you manage a lot more stuff, and then 3 was very arcadey and felt like a power fantasy.
I
Far
was thinking
Cry's-
about Blood Dragon the other day too.
Dude, Blood Dragon's such a good game. That's one of my
Far
favorites.
Cry's always upset me because the trailers always look so good, and then I play the game and then they suck, and I'm like, this is great. I'm so glad I spent money on this.
I mean, I get terribly bored with them too, so don't feel bad.
Like, I tried playing Far Cry 5, and I was like, wow, this game seems like it's going to be really cool. Sucked. And then, like,
Far Cry 5 is
tried,
awesome. I love Far Cry 5.
can't stand it. Tried Far Cry 4, can't stand it. Far Cry, like, I literally have tried like numerous Far Cries, and I'm like,
Mhm.
these are really cool. And I get into the world, I'm like, this is really fucking boring. I'm good.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I normally play the Far Cry since they've allowed me to with friends, like together
Yeah.
in multiplayer. But yeah, I think 5 is really good. Kind of sucks that you didn't like it because it probably has like the most interesting twist in a Far Cry game ever. It's been long enough. Do you want to know what the twist is in Far Cry 5?
No.
I mean, I know in Far Cry what?
In Far Cry 5.
I know it has something to do with the fact that New Dawn's post-apocalyptic.
Yeah. See, New Dawn also leads into that, which we've talked about before. The big twist of Far Cry 5 is that the bad guy was right, the Doomsday Cult was correct, and then a nuke goes off, and they predicted the end of the world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still don't want to play it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I just thought it was really cool because it was like, oh, I'm dealing with a crazy Doomsday Cult that like drugs people and everything. And then as he's like doing his final sermon, the nuke fucking goes off, and all you see the irradiation cloud off in the distance. And as things start getting closer, you're like, "Oh shit! Wait, what? You were right." He's like, "I always was."
I mean, someone's got to be right.
Yep.
Let's see. Obsidian Entertainment announced.
Oh, Outer Worlds 2, which had one of the coolest fucking trailers ever.
Oh yeah, that one did. I actually enjoyed that trailer because it was
Yeah.
just kind of very like Fourth Wall-y, where they're just like, and now we'll zoom out to the hero that you'll only see the shadow of because it hasn't been designed yet, and
Yeah.
lens flare.
I really liked where it was like, zoom in to slow motion running. It's so good.
That was a good trailer.
I mean, that's the humor of the Outer Worlds, kind of. Not
Yeah.
like that Fourth Wall-y, but that is kind of the humor that you would get in something like that, so it makes sense. So
Let's see. There was the Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. I remember this just being a very like weird blip in this
Oh
conference.
wait, was this the RPG that's based off of Suikoden that
It's
is
the
the spiritual
from
successor?
Suikoden.
Huh?
Yeah, it's the developers from
Yeah,
them.
yeah. This actually looked fucking sick because Suikoden's a great RPG, and to see the developers working on something. I think this was originally kickstarted, and now Microsoft's just like, here's money.
There was 2 of them though, wasn't there?
Yes.
Two you didn't chronicle?
Yes, there are
Yeah.
two. One's releasing 2022 and one's releasing 2023. And I think the second one's like a expansion or something.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
If I recall correctly, which I'm not sure if I do, the second one is like a oh fuck, what was it called? Kickstarter stretch goal or something, and that's why the second game got made or something like that.
I don't know. That's cool. No. Moving on. Actually, I think the last things on here are all like super first party. Age of Empire 4 coming October 28th.
Mhm.
You know what to expect if you know what Age of Empires is. Does that Flight Simulators make its way to Xbox?
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, July 27th. There's a Top Gun expansion coming this year, which I look cool.
I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Nick probably had a watermelon explode on his shorts with Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah, that game looks fucking beautiful, actually.
I
did
did
look
too.
really
I
good.
did too. I actually reinstalled Forza Horizon 4 once I
When-
saw Forza Horizon 5, and I've been
When my-
playing 4.
Friends and I were watching the trailer. It was funny because it was like almost like you were watching National Geographic, and then you'd see a Pagani come racing through the valley. You're like, oh, this is a racing game. Also, people should get really excited because the people who are making Horizon 5, the same developers who are making the next Fable. So, like, your next Fable game should look like that.
Peter Molyneux?
No, he quit.
No, I know, I'm just teasing.
Yeah,
But that would be funny. It's like, imagine a car that had feelings.
Fable. So, but yeah, that game looks fucking great. I'm definitely getting that. It comes out October. I
November
believe?
7th.
November 7th.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. That's actually one of my games of this E3 easily. It looked amazing.
It won the game of the show for the official E3 awards.
Good, it should have.
Sidebar. Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah. And then the last bit for Microsoft's conference was Redfall, the new Arcane, presumably shooter game.
Hmm?
It's got like supernatural stuff, like I don't know, voodoo lady that can make elevators.
Oh,
and
that
vampire.
Yeah, that 4-player co-op game from Arcane Austin.
Okay. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think they said it's co-op, but you can play it single player, like however you want to do it. Like, so I would say just kind of like this is about this game specifically what I want to say, but it applies to a lot of the conference because I feel like the same issue I have with this conference, like as a whole, is just kind of how I felt the last time that Microsoft had a presentation that we watched. I don't remember when it was. I just remember it was on the podcast. We like watched it together and talked about it.
Uh-huh.
And it's that almost everything in this presentation was not actual gameplay. Like there was some good stuff.
I'm
but, like,
willing to bet the Forza presentation was gameplay.
No, Forza probably was.
Yeah, it
And
was.
obviously Stealth was, and we had Halo. Like those are ones there. But I mean you had like Starfield, they really didn't show anything. They're just like, hey, here's space. And this game, like, it's a
Diablo
really
2
cool
showed gameplay.
concept. Well, I mean, hopefully you know what the fuck Diablo 2 looks like. It's been out for 20 years, Brandon. But like this game, like it's a really cool sounding concept, but it's just kind of like it left me being like, well, I kind of have an idea of what I would imagine this game would play like, but how does it actually play? You know?
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
actually had thoughts on that, and my thoughts go with it's because Bethesda. Like Bethesda never shows gameplay for their games. And now Microsoft owns Bethesda, so they're just like, well, okay.
The first person we saw was Todd Howard, so they're probably just like, you know what, Todd, you run the show this year.
You'll find out first.
But I will say though, I feel like comparatively to like past E3s, like at least with as smooth as this show ran,
Yeah.
like I did actually like I thought the presentation was nice. I feel
Yeah,
like
I thought it was a good presentation.
I mean I think Microsoft definitely kind of benefits more from the let's not do a stage show thing, but because it just kind of keeps things like sped along, and I don't know, it puts that announcer like exclusive whatever out of a job, but you know what, it's fine. I enjoyed just the pace that this show is able to keep up, so that was nice. But there was like a lot of notable things that we didn't see though too.
Yeah. We also didn't really talk about a bunch of the like Game Pass like on that day games that were announced during the show. Because there were several games during the show that they were like, you could play it on Game Pass now, you could play it on Game Pass next week, and they did that, and they didn't really do big presentations for it, but like they did it for like the new Dungeons and Dragons game, and they did it for Yakuza Like a Dragon, which, by the way, yes, more Yakuza. All Yakuza is now on Game Pass.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
They just added the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Just one more game.
No, it's coming. It's coming.
Coming like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
No Persona was added, so.
Yep, you're right. No Persona was added. You're correct.
Yeah, no, that's true. We didn't see that. There's some other, like, I saw something before the show that they're like they're not going to show Persona if it is indeed coming. That's fine, whatever. But we didn't see Hellblade. That wasn't there.
Hellblade 2? Yeah, you're right.
We didn't see Perfect Dark. We didn't see Fable.
Also true.
We didn't see whatever that new Rare game was that they announced last time. I don't remember.
Rumors up for that game that they're rebuilding it from scratch.
Yeah, I heard it got rebooted. That's what I just read too. Yeah, but it's just there was just quite a few things that you'd think you'd be like, oh, it seems like a good opportunity for it. But I mean, the show was fucking an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Like they had more than enough stuff. And I think they kept it to like a pretty reasonable time frame for things. Like not too much was out of like the next like 12-month window. So, which is nice. I always appreciate that because it kind of sucks when you show off a game that's.
This was just an hour and a half ad for Game Pass telling everyone to go buy it.
I mean, really. And I think it did a good job of it. I mean, if you don't see the value of it.
I got 3 months now.
Yeah.
You can actually get Game Pass right now for $1 for 3 months, even if you subscribed in the past.
Not bad at all. I just saw there was some guy who posted like this thing on Twitter, and he was holding up like a stack of like, I don't know, like 10 games or something. I don't even think it was that many, maybe like 7 or 8. And he's like, and people say there's no PS5 games to play, but like the people in the comments were heckling them. They're like, yeah, they're like, I don't know what your point is. Like, you could just got in Game Pass, and half of these games are on there. So
it's true, but also like, I mean, PlayStation 5 does have games, but they're like most of them are games from last generation. Like that's the issue, and that's
the only thing in its stack that I was like, you could only get on the PlayStation 5.
Probably Demon's Souls.
Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank, yeah.
Yeah, Demon's Souls was on there too, but I didn't count it because I'm like, technically you could have played it on like PlayStation 3.
There's new content.
There's
There's new content, and it's better. It's just overall better.
I mean, it's fair. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I mean, I rebuy my shit all the time, so I mean, I really can't disagree with that. But I'm just saying, like, it's like if you're looking for something that's like completely, utterly a brand new experience, the only thing he had in that stack was Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, and that's a great game.
Oh, yeah,
I guess I could talk. Oh, I wanted to talk about that
next week. Yep.
No.
Sorry.
It's fine. I gotta finish it. I actually fell asleep because I streamed it for 14 hours straight.
I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah, Nick, you can look on my Twitch right now and see where I streamed it for 14 hours straight.
You're psychotic.
Yeah. Normally, my Friday night streams go for like 9 hours at least.
Hey,
so,
if you're having fun, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, exactly. Anyways. Exactly.
Do you guys have any final thoughts on Microsoft? Anything else you wanted to add, or?
No, I thought it was overall a good showing, all things considered.
Yeah, that was a good show.
I'm excited about, so.
Personally, this, in my opinion, had the most games I was looking forward to. Because I really like indie titles also. You guys know how I feel about indie titles. And there were a shit ton of them here, and Microsoft even put some of them on like the main stage and not just did the ID at Xbox thing with them. And because of that, I was far more interested in this than I think any other one of the shows, especially since those same indie titles are also going to be on Game Pass. So it's just like I don't have to do any more legwork. I just play them once they show up. So yeah. This actually made me think about getting a Series X.
I'm definitely gonna get one eventually.
So my thoughts on this were essentially like, Forza Horizon 5 looks fucking amazing. And, it's got that ray tracing and everything, and it looks great and everything. And I know it's not going to run that well on PC with the ray tracing as it does on the Series X, because that's just how it is. and I can't get the cards for the PC to make it on par with a Series X right now. And my friend felt the exact same way because he has I think 1080 Ti right now, but he was like, yeah, I can't do ray tracing and this, that, and the other. I'm not gonna be able to have my game look as good. So yeah, maybe around October I'll get me a Series X. This is GP, by the way, Nick.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking the same thing around maybe maybe when Halo comes out, if they make a special edition Halo console, maybe that's what I'll.
Yeah, but Nick, he bought one 2 days later.
Well, there's no reason for me to buy one right now, so.
He had
Dude,
the
they
money.
always usually
and
do like a deal
it was
around
there.
Black Friday.
It was there, so
Yeah.
he was able to get it, and he had the money. So he was like,
Yeah, that's good for him.
yeah, it was. He didn't pay like anything extra. He got it directly from GameStop. So, yep.
Well, I mean, if you're dealing with GameStop, you're dealing with your soul. Soldier soul.
The issue is that's like the only place you can get these consoles right now. That's like the biggest problem, other than online, and then you have to fight the bots and hope that you get it before they do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo seemed to have some bot issues as well this week, but we'll get into that. You guys ready to talk Nintendo?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. We will start out with the most lackluster Smash Brothers Ultimate announcement of them all.
Nah.
Yeah,
I disagree because Terry exists.
at least Terry had a good video. This one was fucking boring.
Nope, it was awesome. If you know Tekken, this video was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was really awesome. If you're a big
I was like boring. I was like,
it's
basically sleeping.
a running joke in Tekken that this guy always throws someone off the cliff after he beats them. He was thrown off the cliff as a child because he was what was it? It was like one of his family members. I don't remember, his uncle. I don't remember which one it was.
his dad.
Yeah, I think it was his dad. Beat the shit out of him and then threw him off a cliff into an active volcano, and he survived. And then he does the same thing to all of his enemies now. So him literally throwing at each individual fucking Smash Brothers character off the cliff was great, especially when you got the Kirby and Kirby just floated up behind him in the background.
He's like, I'm just destructible like usual. Bye, bitches.
I thought this was a awesome video because it worked for the character and it showed that they knew the character that they were doing this with. I'm excited for this character.
That's
but
good.
I like Tekken a lot. So
I'm like negative excited for this one.
That's
Actually,
fair.
this is already my least favorite of all the Smash Brothers characters. But who knows? I mean, I'll try them out. Obviously, I already have the pass, so I'll at least try it and see. Just the video just didn't do anything for me. Sakurai did say that he's doing like a full unveiling the 28th. I believe.
Oh, I thought it was the 17th. It was like, wait,
yeah,
what, today?
no, it's like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like a ways away. So I'm sure there'll be something. I did want to say too, like I thought it was crazy. Like I don't know if you guys saw, like for some reason, like a day before Nintendo's thing, like the internet blew up because like for some reason people started thinking Master Chief was all of a sudden going to show up in Smash.
People
Yeah.
are stupid.
And I was like,
It's possible, but like
it's possible, but I consider that like incredibly unlikely. Like very, very, very. Because you got to remember, like when Melee was in development, like Kojima went up to him and was like, "Can you put Smash in Melee?" And Sakurai was like, "Snake's never been on a Nintendo console, so fuck off." So I mean, like for them to be like Master Chief, like I mean, Master Chief.
Technically, Master Chief's been on a Nintendo console now.
Fortnite.
Yeah, you can buy his Fortnite
Fortnite.
skin and then play as him on your Switch. But you can also do that with Aloy. So Aloy to Smash confirmed?
Well, could you do that? Couldn't you do that with Kratos too? Then
What?
is it
Kratos?
Kratos, whatever.
Kratos? Kronos? What the fuck?
I said Kratos.
Okay, yeah, you could do it with Kratos. Yeah, you can do it with Kratos.
Yeah. So see, there you go. You can be in Smash too. Who knows?
Yep.
Maybe Nintendo just like pirate him and just stick him in there. That would be funny. But yeah, so that is there. So I know there are people that were excited for it. I mean, that's cool. And then that leaves only one Smash character left for this last DLC pass.
Yep.
So, yeah. Let's see.
And it's gonna be a swordy boy.
It's gonna be a what?
A swordy boy. Another
Oh.
boy with a sword.
It's gotta be. So this is probably coming out in July. This character, so we'll probably see the next one in like September.
I like how he completely ignored what I said.
Well, no, I was just trying to do like time frames to figure out like what would be around that time. And
Dude, Tekken hasn't had a new game since Tekken 7. That was like 2017. So like I think trying to figure out what would be around that time is just it's not
No,
happening.
he's talking about the next Smash character reveal.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is like he's like trying to figure out like what would be releasing around in that time. Were you like trying to releasing? Were you trying to figure it out that way or like what?
Oh, just see if there's anything that could just be like topical that way. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be Diablo. Diablo will be the last character.
Just Diablo.
Yeah, no fucking clue. You can't predict Sakurai even if you tried. So
well, the final Smash character will be Satan. Oh, wonderful.
I mean, you would think that he'd save someone big for last, though, right? Like, right?
I mean, ideally, yes, but also it literally could be somebody
another swordy boy.
I think it would be Crash. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I think Crash will be the last one. That'd be a big deal.
I think it'll be someone from WarioWare.
Like Wario?
No, like one of his cohorts, like maybe the the ninja or the guy with the afro who's like into disco or something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying something weird and out of left field. And also it would be around the time the new WarioWare is releasing, if we're going by your thoughts.
I do agree. I do think the last character is going to only be a big deal because it's going to be somebody who's out of completely left field.
Oh my god, the final character is just Sakurai.
I mean, honestly, I'm with it.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Or they just put Reggie back and then put Reggie in.
The Reginator.
The Reginator joins the battle. My body is ready.
I don't even know. I'm not sure. It could be anything.
It could even be a boat.
Yeah. It could be a boat. It could be Jack Sparrow. Character. That'd be the Kingdom Hearts ref.
It's just a Ditto that can turn into everyone's favorite Smash character that didn't get in, but they have the Ditto eyes.
That'd be kind of funny. And like, wow, they could make it so you turn into like the assist trophies and use them for a little bit.
No, you like fucking down B and turn into Goku, and then you have Goku with Ditto eyes, or you turn to Crash Bandicoot with Ditto eyes.
Well, you gotta have Waluigi too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
He just looks on Twitter at all the guesses everyone made, and he's like, "I'm gonna make that my Ditto character."
He just makes them with MS Paint too. Just they're not even like polygons; they're just flat. Yeah, so it's Smash. That's what we got. Let's see. Next on this list is Life is Strange Remastered Collection, because I know Brandon was really wishing that he had those games to go.
Dude,
So
I just don't understand why this game's being remastered. Like, they even showed, I think during the Square Enix conference, which we might talk about a little bit later, they showed Final Fantasy Fuckboy edition according to Kotaku. Did you guys see that shit?
I didn't see it, but I did say I did see someone call that.
Kotaku made a fucking like a post that was like, "No, I don't want to play as my sister's fuckboy of an ex-boyfriend." It was so stupid. They went on a rant talking about
writing.
It was so bad. It was so bad. It was hilarious. I posted it, and then like I believe Colin Moriarty posted it, and he was like, "And you wonder why people don't take you seriously."
Well, you know, if he says that, then
I'm about to say, if Colin Moriarty's coming out and be like, "Yo, you guys sound stupid," you might sound stupid.
Oh, here it is. This is what it says. Final Fantasy Origins normie fuckboy scores more stylish gear as you play. That was the headline of it, and then it goes into how the main character looks like their sister's ex-boyfriend of a fuckboy. Like, that was the fucking thing. They like barely even talked about the game. They just talked about the clothes he was wearing and how it made him look like a fuckboy. It was an awful, awful, awful thing.
Well, I mean, if that's the angle that Square Enix took with that game, it would have been a more interesting conference.
That's true.
I mean, it's just Dark Souls, but bad.
Uh, so-
Okay. I guess we have to talk about that today.
Anyways, moving on. Moving this train. Worms 2D looks like shit. It's coming out.
Wait, what?
Worms 2D.
Worms Rumble?
Switch. I don't know.
It's 3D. That's why I'm confused.
I don't know. This is what the IGN wrote. It says Worms 2D.
Do you believe IGN is ever correct about anything?
I don't know. I trust their typing.
I
They have
know.
editors. Whatever.
I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look.
Doesn't
and see
matter. It
how this
still looks
is.
like shit, Brandon.
I just want to see where they wrote Worms 2D and what it links to. That's what I want to see.
It doesn't have a link.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's just the
They
Worms
didn't-
2D
they-
probably is coming to Nintendo.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
So Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania,
Yeah.
which was leaked beforehand. There's what, Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, I believe.
The Worms 2D brawler,
Yeah.
dude. It's literally a 3D brawler. IGN, get your shit straight, you fucking idiots.
I'm just, yeah, that's it.
Sorry. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, Super Monkey Ball, it's coming out.
Yeah, that's the good monkey ball. That's the one people wanted.
Yeah.
So
Like
yeah,
it was like,
that's-
why didn't people buy our last monkey ball game? And everyone was like, because you released the shit one. And they were like, oh, okay. Well, how about the not shit one? And everyone's like, we'll buy your new monkey ball game.
Yeah.
Which I agree. I mean, it's the good monkey ball. It's what pretty much everyone wanted.
So, I mean, hopefully it does well.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it looked decent. Look like Monkey Ball. That's what you want. I remember.
I wanted the mini games from Monkey Ball 1. I wanted to play monkey billiards, and I can play monkey billiards again.
I remember the
So I'm
mini games
happy.
being fun. I
They were
remember
awesome.
like some of the stupid puzzles in Monkey Ball 2 were like such shit.
Oh, you basically just have to flick the board to try and do your best.
I don't even remember. I remember there was one that was just like it was pure luck. And I looked up like something on Game Facts to be like, how the fuck do I beat this? And they're basically like, pray. That's all you can do. I was like, oh great, that's fun. Thank you. Thank you for nothing. So but yeah, be a party games though, Mario Party Superstars.
Yep.
Coming.
Yep.
It's online. It's got 5 Nintendo 64 boards.
And
I had
100 mini
mini-games.
games from across the entire series.
Like it looked really good, honestly. Like I was looking at the maps when they were showing off in the trailer, and like the quality of the way the maps look, it looks fucking crisp. Like
Yeah,
the cake
it-
looked really fucking good. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why does this look so graphically good? What's going on here?
My thoughts
People
was
were getting
it's because
really
Mario
excited
Party
about
just
Peach's cake.
like it holds up. Like if you even look at like the old Mario Party, it's just like yeah, this still holds up. It still looks good. I don't know. It's got like a style that doesn't really age poorly, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And they did clean up some other stuff too. I saw someone was impressed that in that game where you're like running around on the mushrooms and like Toad hangs up a flag and then you got to stand on that mushroom. They added patterns to the mushrooms too, so that if you're colorblind or whatever, like you can tell which mushroom you need to go to.
Good.
That's cool, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, it's online. They said every mode was online, so that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Mario Party. You know what the fuck.
Now
you're
I have a
getting.
question. If you're colorblind and you're playing Mario Party, how do you know if you're on the blue or the red squares?
Isn't it green and red that people have color blindness with usually?
I mean, there's all sorts of different kinds of colorblind.
Well, no, that's true, but I mean that's the most common one usually. I mean, I guess
That's
if you're
true.
like super colorblind,
But there's green and red also. So I mean, I guess that goes back to my question.
but those
'cause
ones have
are like,
question marks on them.
do they in the original? I
Yeah.
don't remember. Okay, all right,
Those ones.
that's
do.
fair then.
I guess I don't know. We'd have to ask someone who's colorblind to tell us. Sort of that red. I mean, maybe you could just tell like whether or
If
not.
you're red, my red.
Yeah, of course it is. Don't ask these questions, Nick. Then Nintendo shut off a Metroid game.
They
Fuck,
did.
yeah, they did.
I was,
Fuck yeah,
when
they
I was
did.
watching the trailer, I was like, because I saw the stuff that was going on. I mean, this 2D Metroid has been rumored for a long time. Like, we've been hearing about it for probably like a year.
Mhm.
And so, I'm watching the trailer, and I was like, I literally said out loud to myself, I'm like, it'd be really fucking funny. They named this game Metroid Dread just to troll people.
Yeah.
And then they did. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm like, I wasn't serious.
No, they
But-
did. They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Either that or the leakers were right the whole time, and this game has been in development for a very long time.
Well, they had an interview with is Sakamoto? Is that who made it? I don't remember. Whoever makes the Metroid games. That they put up on like the YouTube channel. He talked about it and is like, yeah, we tried to make it 16 years ago and then it didn't work out. And then they're like, then he tried to make it again, and he's like, and then it didn't work out. And then he's like, but then Mercury Steam said they wanted to do it, and I was like, yeah, sure, give it a try. And then it worked, and it worked better than we wanted it to. So now it's even better than what we originally planned on it being. So, okay, that's cool.
Oh, so Mercury Steam is making this.
Yes.
That makes me happy. They did some good stuff.
Hey, that means competent people are making a Metroid game.
Yes, it does.
Although last time we talked about this, you said you didn't like Samus Returns, and they made that too.
True, but mostly what I didn't like about Samus Returns was all the QTE stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the rest of it was pretty solid. But like looking at this, it gives me a lot of Super Metroid vibes, and it looks really fucking good.
This almost seems like a 2D horror game, in my opinion.
Yeah, there seems like a lot more horror elements to this, which is really fucking cool as well.
Like a lot of the stuff reminds me of if you've played Metroid Fusion, the SAX sequences.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like where you're like, there's that indestructible Samus who wants to kill you if she sees you, and yeah, very much some of that. And watching that, I'm like, even the Treehouse people. I don't know if you watch any of the Treehouse segments for this game.
No, that
Like,
worked.
I've only watched the No More Heroes Treehouse segment, which I want to talk about because
We
it
will.
made me laugh.
But yeah, the Treehouse people got fucking wrecked in those segments quite a few times too. They're just like walking around and then all of a sudden they grab you. I guess it's like possible, like if it sees you and gets you, like I guess they say you can dodge out of it, but it's like they're like it's very, 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 very hard.
Yeah.
And it's not meant to be like an easy out. Like you're just meant to get fucked and just restart at the last checkpoint. So, which is cool. And then, there's other fan favorites are returning, like Adam, Samus's military boyfriend. And
uh,
yeah, it looks nice. And it's got Amiibo coming out, which looks really nice.
I pre-ordered both of the Amiibo through Amazon Japan. It's the only way I could get them.
that's the smartest thing to do.
I got fucked over on them twice.
I'm sorry.
So, well, no, because there's got to be bots or something out with these ones too.
100%.
Because it's like, because I use the Twitter alerts for it, and it's like it went up, and so I was like, okay, so hop on to Best Buy. Never have had a problem getting in it. I was literally there 2 minutes after they popped up, gone. I was like, okay, that's weird. So whatever. Target pops up. Literally, there the like second it pops up, gone. Like the page loads up and it's already sold out. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like this is so fast. And then the GameStop one goes up, and I was like, fuck GameStop, but whatever. So I ended up getting them through GameStop. So I'm glad I got it. But I just couldn't believe how fast they went. It was just insane. It was like seconds. It's never been like that before. But those Amiibo look pretty fucking hot. So it's worth it. Yeah.
All right. There
Mhm.
you go. Moving on.
Yeah.
I do want to say something. I feel like the bots thing is definitely like a lot more prevalent now due to like people botting to get a Series X or a PS5 or paying someone to bot for them so that they can purchase that console or doing that for like graphics cards and everything. Because like last year that became a very major thing. So I don't see why it wouldn't have gone over into the getting amiibos and doing this other sort of thing, because it just seems like that's the general like progression of
Yeah, I
something
guess
like that.
I guess it was just as bad for the collector's editions, and people are already listing the Amiibo up on eBay for like $120.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. There was one last bit I wanted to say about Metroid, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
You
go
guys
for it.
might not have caught this.
Mhm.
But so they did say that like this is the end of the Metroid storyline.
Yes.
I did
Mhm.
catch that. Yeah, that was weird.
It's not
Mhm.
the end of Metroid overall, but this
Mhm.
is the end of the original Metroid storyline starting out with the NES game.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, has nothing to do with Prime.
Mhm.
And then also has nothing to do with if they decide to offshoot and do something else again.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like Federation Force.
Nope, not that.
No.
I did score a collector's edition too of Dread.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That looks
Congrats.
pretty nice too.
Did you get a bot to do it for you?
No, I got my friend to do it for me. He actually got 2.
Oh, that's pretty
Does
good.
your friend have a bot? Because it
Nope.
seems like the kind of thing.
He does not. Just really fast. He's also
Yeah.
been able to score multiple PlayStation 5s just by being in the right place at the right time.
I feel like he's not telling you something.
I
He has
will.
his
I
own
am
bot
telling
network.
you this. I am telling you this with full confidence. This man is not smart enough to set something up like
Okay, okay. Well, could he have paid someone else to do it?
No.
Okay.
that. No, this is a timid boy we are talking about. This
Okay, alright,
this is a man who just is in his house doing like he can't leave his house because
Man's just
he
got
has,
good luck. That's what we're coming down to?
Yeah,
Okay.
he can't leave his house, and he just had really good luck.
Alright, that's
So,
fair.
But yeah.
You sure he didn't use something like Skillshare to learn how to make a bot network?
No. No, he did not.
Man can't
If he
leave his
did,
house.
I'd be
Looks
impressed.
like I'm gonna join Skillshare and learn how to make a bot network to buy up a bunch of PS5s.
If you want to try Skillshare now, use code GameCrunch2022.
Yo, can we get sponsored by Skillshare? I could use some money.
Anyways, moving on. They had Mario Golf.
Wait,
Super Rush.
wait! I knew you were gonna skip over this.
What?
I'm
One
just
of my-
going on the order of the
I don't.
IGN
Okay, I knew
thing.
IGN would be stupid. All right, so let me just go because I'm following IGN and also following along in the video because I know IGN sometimes is just like I don't care about this. I'm not gonna talk about it. They had fucking Cruisin'. A new Cruisin' was announced. I'm really excited for that. Cruisin' was like my childhood. Nick, your car man. Please tell me you played Cruisin'.
The only time I've played Cruisin' is in the arcade cabinet because that's the only time it feels right.
No, Cruisin's such a good game. Well, anyway, since you played it in the arcade cabinet, you'll be happy to know that this is the arcade cabinet version of Cruisin' that's being put on the Switch with new
I'm happy with
content
that.
and stuff.
I'm happy with that.
So, yeah, I thought that was one of the cooler announcements as well because I really liked Cruisin' as a child.
Yeah.
As a wee babby, I was a big fan
Babby.
of Cruisin'.
Mhm.
I played Cruisin' USA and World. This
Babarina.
is Cruisin' Blast, I think is what it's called. Yeah.
Sure. You can fly around as unicorns or whatever.
You can fly around as unicorns. That was weird. But that's okay.
Because it's cruising.
Cruisin's never been like that, so I'm actually very confused. Alright, let's talk about golf now.
No, we're not talking about golf. Because I was going to tell
Okay.
Mario Golf to fuck off.
What?
Comes out in
Why?
like a day. It comes out in a day. Who fucking cares?
Wait, it
No
comes
one
out
wants
when?
to see that shit.
Tomorrow.
Wait, tomorrow?
Well, it's either this week or next week. I don't remember when.
What?
But still, nobody cares. It comes out
No,
this
hold
month.
on. Don't continue yet. Wait a second. I have to go knock on someone's door. Hold on.
June 25th it comes out.
Hey,
Next
open
Friday.
your door. I have a question for you.
Do you
Open your
remember
door. I have a
cruising?
question for you.
Do you like
Hey.
cruising?
Did you buy Mario Golf? No, not yet. Are you going to? It comes out next week. No, played it. Okay, you already bought it. Okay. Yeah, next week. Okay, cool. I'm stealing that from you.
I'm stealing it from you.
All right, we're good. I need
Oh,
to know
okay.
if he bought it so I could steal his copy.
It got really quiet, so I wasn't sure if he killed you. So-
No, I'm the
Okay.
older brother. He's the younger. I'm
Okay,
stealing
but
his
you
copy.
won't steal his Joy-Cons, so you know what?
Well, I have like 600 consoles. He has like his Switch. So, you know, I'm just
give me
being
just give me
nice
your
person.
jank Joy-Cons. Be like, we traded. You're
No.
welcome.
No.
Anyways, other games that we don't care about, Monster Hunter Stories 2. I mean, it looks fine. I just don't care because it's coming out in like less than a month. And there's a demo coming out on the same day as Mario Golf. And you can,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you can play it and your progress can transfer over. So it looks cool. But try it out if you want to try it. Anyways, good stuff. WarioWare. There we go. Get it together.
Yep.
Nice little
Did
surprise.
would anyone be willing to pay for a $50 WarioWare game? Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
Yes, actually. Yeah, me right here. Hey, can I get that?
Wasn't that like what was it, a month ago? We got a fucking
Yeah.
thing asking about that?
I think we literally talked about it last week.
Yeah.
So it was pretty recent. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm pretty excited for it.
It is different though because you like actually like play as the characters and like run around
Mhm.
on the screen or whatever, and they each have like their own.
It's because it's
unique
online.
moves.
I'm not online, but it's multiplayer, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's got 2-player. Launches September 10th. It's
Mhm.
$50. So there you go. Look good.
Nice.
And it's got some nicer looking stuff in there too. Like on the Treehouse Live, they showed like there's like a like in the 9-volt games, there's like a Luigi's Mansion one.
Oh, that's
Like a
cool.
Chicken Jet. Yeah. So looks good. Shin Megami Tensei 5. No good
Yeah.
places for that.
Pretty excited for that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
looking
don't know.
good. It actually looks like a Shin Megami Tensei game.
Well, it
And
should.
yeah,
It's the 5th one.
yeah.
I would hope so. Yeah. Honestly.
But
I
anyway,
don't
yeah,
have
it looks
anything
great.
to say on it, but I don't know if you do, because
I mean, they don't give you enough information because Shin Megami Tensei is all about the story and the monsters, and they only showed us like a little bit. So like, I don't have much to say other than it looks good.
I guess people like the hair. I remember seeing that somewhere. So.
Oh, damn, that character has nice hair. You're right. Okay, yeah, I like their hair.
Anyways, Drain Grandpa Decadence.
Yes.
Danganronpa.
We're actually getting some new stuff with this.
Yeah, you're getting Mario Party Danganronpa.
Basically.
Yeah.
Along with 3 games.
I'm
That's
getting
actually kind of exciting. I kind of want to get it.
it. I am getting it because it's.
And you can get
I can make it mobile again.
you can get it all on a cartridge together, or you
Yep.
can get it separately on the
Mhm.
eShop. That's cool.
Yeah, honestly, I think Mario Party Danganronpa is a really scary idea.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
I mean, it's probably not as cutthroat as the actual Mario Party game. Sadistic.
Which is ironic, seeing as though people literally cut each other's throats in this game.
So yeah, it looks good. Maybe I'll actually like remember to play it this time when it comes out on the Switch.
I would recommend it. It's a really good story. And you liked like the Famicom Detectives thing, right?
Yeah, I already own 2 of them for the Vita. That doesn't mean I have played them.
You should play them. They're really fun.
Yeah.
Then Fatal Frame.
Yeah, Fatal Frame. No one gives a fuck, but it's coming out again.
No one gives a fuck.
Is this the one that was canceled for the Wii?
No, it was the one that was on the Wii U. That the only way you
Ah.
could play it is if you downloaded it, but it wouldn't fit on your Wii U, so you probably had to buy a hard drive to play it.
Wait,
that
what?
one.
Okay. Cool.
The game
Nice.
was big for the Wii U to hold?
Because the Wii U, if you had the black one, it only had like what 20 gigs available, and this game was like a pretty decent chunk. It was
Oh.
like if you it was only download. You either had to like sacrifice most of your space or all of your space, or get a hard drive, or something like that. Like I think it would fit on your Wii U if you didn't have anything on it, but I think the issue is if you did, which most people did.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Nobody just has a Wii U with nothing.
Well, and they gave away so many digital games too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was I hated it on the Wii U, but that is just
Okay.
one less reason now to turn on your Wii U, because now you can play it on everything. It's coming out for Switch and all the other systems now. So
Was it like actually a good game though, or was it did it drop the ball? I don't know. I didn't play it on.
I hated it. If I remember, the reviews were mediocre,
Okay.
but I
That's
don't
a
remember
shame.
why I didn't like it. I just remember I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that is fair. I mean, you can go back and listen to the episode where we talked about it. I'm sure I probably
Holy
had quite a
shit!
bit to say then.
Oh my
So-
god! How long ago would that have been?
A couple of years. And I believe it was like my Halloween game that year. So probably like an October episode. But you can search it up on the website. It's one of the nice things. With the website, go to game-crunch.com. In the search bar, type in Fatal Frame, made into Blackwater. It should pop right up. Yeah, you can probably just type in Fatal Frame, 'cause I'm pretty sure it's the only Fatal Frame we've ever talked about in this show.
All right, I'm at game-crunch.com. We're gonna search it up.
Well,
Let's see.
and what else is this?
Here we go. It was episode 126.
That was a long time ago.
King
like
is not
300
Ninja
episodes.
Turtles. That was the title.
Oh, okay.
What?
So yeah, listen to my thoughts on episode
The
120.
final moments before the onslaught of the Fallout 4 is upon us. Wow.
Yeah, you guys like that game.
2015. Wow.
What a year. But anyways, the interesting thing with this game though, because it's got to be in like the same camp as like Wonderful 101, because like
Yeah.
Nintendo has some like ownership in Fatal Frame. So for it to come out in other systems, Nintendo just had to be like,
That's so
yeah,
loud.
sure, publish it yourself, whatever, I don't care. So this game was shit anyways.
Yeah. Why is
But-
there no volume button for this? That kind of sucks.
For what?
Our podcast on the official site.
Oh,
You hit play and it's just like.
turn on. You got a volume on your computer. Fine, man.
Yeah, I don't want to turn everything down. Just a fucking podcast.
Anyways, moving on. Advance Wars. Reboot
Yes,
Camp. This I actually got really excited for.
I was so
So-
excited for this.
Yeah, so they're remaking the first 2 Advance War games for the Switch. It's being done by Way Forward. If you missed that news, I didn't say it on the
Tis.
stream, but they talked about it elsewhere. People are upset about the graphics. I think they look fine, but personal preference kind of thing. And it looks like Advance Wars. Don't really know what to tell you other than that. Turn-based strategy game of your dreams. So, yeah. I don't know if you guys said anything. Oh, they did say, I think it was in the Treehouse thing. They did say that there's going to be like online multiplayer or something in this to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So they're adding some new features to it. So, I mean, that's cool. It's a full price game, which kind of surprised me.
Is it?
Yeah, $60. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it's 2 GBA games. That's the cost that they were originally.
Yeah.
And they're up-res, they have new features. So, okay. I mean, it'll definitely keep you busy. Like, those games don't fuck around. So, but I never actually, like, I think I've only ever beaten one Advance Wars game. It's the one that most people didn't finish, which was Days of Ruin. I know I played a good chunk of Advance Wars DS, and I owned both the Game Boy ones, but I don't think I ever actually played them. So
I
this
played
will be
both
new
the
for
Game
me.
Boy ones. They're fun. There was a lot of content there, so I guess giving you both those games for $60 with the updated stuff and the multiplayer, that seems kind of fair to me, in all honesty.
I mean, we'll see. I'm sure there'll be a lot of stuff there. But I mean, Way Forward usually does a pretty decent job with their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it comes out in December. So
Yep.
it's coming out this year. Pretty nifty. And surprisingly, like I guess this was not featured in the Japan Direct at all.
Oh wow.
Fun fact. So
So
there's
sorry.
that. I'm gonna skip over this. They had like a reel of games. The only notable thing in there that we have not already talked about was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
So that's cool. Oh, you know, this list actually doesn't have Mario and Rabbids in it. But Mario and Rabbids was announced during the Ubisoft conference, which is probably why it's not on this list, to be honest. And it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sparks of Hope. It's got an emo-looking Rosalina Rabbid.
I
She-
love that one. The
she was-
5 o'clock shadow Rosalina that cannot be bothered. I
Yeah.
fucking love it.
She's the best part of that whole trailer.
I agree.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But like, so when Ubisoft was showing it off, I was getting excited because I was like, "Oh, this may come out this year." And then they're like, pre-alpha footage. I'm like, "Oh, this isn't coming out for a while." Oh no, it's not. Yeah, but it looks really good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, the big things, I guess, it's not like a grid-based system anymore.
Nope.
So it's just kind of like wherever you want to go. And it's going to have, I think they said 9 playable heroes, at least, from the get-go. So if it's anything like the original game, like it should be a pretty decent campaign. And if you haven't played the first one for whatever reason, it's on sale right now. I think it's only like $10. Pick it up. Worth it. Fun. Definitely something to get excited for. Was there anything else I was going to say about that game? I feel like there was, but I don't remember what it was. I'm probably
For
come back.
Rabbids?
For Rabbids, yeah. I don't remember.
No, I don't know.
But the last bit of Nintendo's conference was Hyrule Warriors. Well, sorry, not Hyrule Warriors, just the Zelda
Zelda
dub.
in general, yeah.
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 So you got the Age of Calamity. The first wave DLC comes out tomorrow, for today, when you're listening to this episode. So that's there. It has Motorcycle Zelda, Guardian Arm Link, and some like challenge stages. Maybe it'll be fun. I don't know. I'm sure I'll play it between now and next week. So I can tell you about that. So I got that. Skyward Sword's coming out still on July 16th. I don't think they said anything extra about that. So
No, I think they were just like, yo, Skyward Sword. It's a
Yeah.
game.
then Aonuma's like, hey y'all, guess what? It's Zelda's 35th anniversary. We don't give a fuck. So we got no new games, no new campaigns, but you can get this game and watch.
Yo, that Game & Watch looks sick, though. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I got mine pre-ordered.
Yeah,
As
those
soon
are
as I
cool.
saw it go up, I was like, yeah, I'm like, I might as well put it next to my Mario one.
It looks
So-
nice. Like, this looks better than the Mario one, in my opinion.
It's got a lot more going on because you got Zelda 1,
yeah.
Zelda 2, and then Link's Awakening.
Uh-huh.
Which one of those games is great. So
Link's Awakening?
yeah, it's like my favorite one. I love that game.
I mean, that is a great game.
Mm-hmm. So Yeah, those, and it's got like what, Vermin, Game and Watch with like Link's head. So it's kind of
Oh yeah,
nifty.
that's right. Yeah, they put Link in Game and Watch game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Kind of like how they did Mario with Juggler for
Mm-hmm.
the Mario World.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think this is a pretty decent value. I don't know how much it is, but it
50,
looks pretty good.
which I think is what the last one was.
50?
Yeah,
50 is pretty fucking good for all that, honestly.
yeah, I think so. It's definitely a neat collector's piece, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of your thing. So
I like that the clock can be in the game while you're playing it now. That's kind of neat.
Well, I think it's just like it's playable, is what they said, right? Is that what you mean?
I mean, I don't know. Like I saw the clock running on the like game screen while they were like traversing the world. So I was like, what?
Yeah, it is what they mean. Like, I don't think you're actually like playing the game, like while you're doing it, but you can like play whatever the fuck's going on in the background of the camp or the clock when you're playing, which is neat. You can just fuck around with it. It's kind of cool. Like the Mario clock made it so you could like I think drop shit into the background, like while it was going, like just because Mario would run around, you could drop enemies for him to like avoid. And I tried really hard to kill him, but I don't think you could. So,
Mario's just way too good at
Yeah,
dodging your advances.
Yeah. So, anyways, though, Nintendo wrapped up with Breath of the Wild sequel, which they refused to name still. So, I don't know if you guys saw the interview that IGN had with them, but they're like, hey, do you guys have a subtitle for this? And they're like, yes, we do, but we're not telling you what it is because it gives away too much of the game. So,
wow,
like, so it's like, so you named the game a spoiler. And now you don't want to tell us what are you gonna do when the game comes out? Like redact the name, like Zelda, Legend of Zelda Redacted. Like I don't know, you got to rip it off the tape to see the actual name of the game is when it comes out. I'm not sure, but yeah, so that is coming out. It did have some interesting like time mechanics going on, and the people who've done like the crazy people who like break down the trailers like frame by frame to like find everything they could. They seem to believe that there's two links in this trailer.
Interesting.
Yes. They think that there is Breath of the Wild Link, and they think there is past Link. So, whatever that means. Like, maybe it's the 10,000 year ago Link that they talk about in Breath of the Wild. The one who was probably like a lazy piece of shit. That's how I always like view it when they talk about it. Because that one's just like, yeah, Ganon showed up, but there was like 10 billion guardians, and then we had like the super, guardian beasts sitting up in the mountains, and we just blasted Ganon away. And so, like, what would the hero really have to do? He didn't have to do shit. Sheikah took care of everything with her technology. So, I don't know. But there's some weird, like, time travel shit going on. Like, reverse, you're throwing up, like, spike balls in reverse, and blowing up, like, backwards water drop.
We backwards water drop, and also Link flew into the sky in reverse and went through the ground, and like what the fuck was that? Can anyone tell me what that
I don't know.
Like he hit the bottom of the floating island and then came out the top of it, like he dug up like a rabbit or some shit. It was weird.
That's got to be how he gets to the sky, because they did say like one of the big things with this game is like the whole sky thing. Like and they're trying to redeem like Skyward Sword. Like I feel like that's just what they're doing. Like, hey guys, sky is really not that boring. I'll show you. So we're gonna do more sky stuff. The
Immediately when I saw the sky stuff, I was like, oh no.
when it jumped down, like originally I was like, I'm like, is this Skyward Sword? Because I think it opens up with like a thing of him like floating down through the air, like he does in Skyward Sword.
I saw someone edit in the Fortnite map below him, and then they just had like where we drop in Link.
That was like the actual twist. Like it's actually just Fortnite. Like it's just
Fortnite.
I would have died.
I would laugh
I would
so
almost
hard.
just like, he's like, oh, got you guys. We're celebrating Zelda's 35th with a Fortnite skin. Here you go. We don't have anything else to say about Breath of the Wild sequel now, so see y'all next year.
That would have been the funniest shit ever. I would have laughed so hard.
That would have been good. Yeah.
I gotta find the image now. I'm gonna post it to you guys because my friend shared it with me.
I will say though, if Nintendo, like, if everything that they currently have slated for 2022 actually makes it, like, just on the announced stuff that they have already, like, it's a pretty decent year. Because they got Pokemon Arceus,
Yeah.
They got Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
They got Breath of the Wild
Pokemon Sapphire and Pearl.
2.
Isn't that this year?
That's this year.
Yeah.
And it's Diamond and Pearl. You got me so confused. Because Sapphire and Ruby, Diamond and Pearl.
Yep, I just fucked that up.
All right, general chat. There it is.
What's the other one?
Voice.
Oh, and then Mario Rabbids comes out. So those are 4 pretty big titles that they have just like that's announced. Although Nintendo just sent me an email, and not even fucking joking. It says your summer of adventure starts now. This summer, play some of the hottest games at home or on the go with the Nintendo Switch system. And the first game that's on this list is Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which I'm like, I don't understand why this is on this list because it's not out this summer at all.
No, it's not.
Not even remotely.
Maybe they're gonna put up a demo.
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's Ubisoft. Maybe they will.
Yeah.
Although Nintendo has been doing a lot of demos lately. So I mean,
They have.
Good. Like Game Builder Garage just had a demo come out, I saw.
Oh, really? Neat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And people have been doing some wacky shit with that.
They made Mario Kart in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw someone made a Sonic game, like a 3D Sonic game.
They just put on the fucking Infinity Gauntlet. I'll do it myself.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty good. The only other Nintendo thing was we mentioned it. No More Heroes 3 was shown during the Treehouse.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do plan on buying. Did those games come out for Steam yet, or is that like I thought that was like really soon?
Yeah, I played them and talked about them last week.
You did. I just assume it's not on Steam.
So yeah, I actually have gone and done some tweaking, and because there is some outside tweaking you can do with the No More Heroes game, and I do want to update you that No More Heroes 1 is still very bare bone, but it plays fine now. I can play it on PC perfectly fine. It's just not that much like graphic settings or anything of that's substantially worth talking about. But it is a fun game to play, and I have been playing it on PC, so there's that. No More Heroes 3, I watched the 25-minute like treehouse thing. I do want to say one of my favorite parts from this entire treehouse was watching a guy fight a boss and hearing Travis in the background scream, "Get the fuck out!" and then just seeing Bill Trenton's face with the biggest smile on his face while that's playing in the background. And I'm just sitting there like, I get that you're trying to talk over it and act like happy family go lucky guy and everything, you know, from Nintendo, but like, maybe you're not the right choice for this game, Bill Trenton.
I mean, that's gotta be why we don't have
it during
during like the actual like thing.
I think so. There was way too much in that game that made me be like, this is something that they gave it a lot of time and a lot of like information in the 25-minute video and everything. I think the other reason probably why we don't have it yet is because Suda like quite literally said, please just give me some more time. Please let me continue to work on this. I promise you I will make this as good as I possibly can, but I need more time, guys. I can't tell you how much more, but right now I need more. And he was like, thank you all for being so enthusiastic. Like we are still currently aiming for the August release date and everything, but I just gotta get back to work on this right now. Like that was the interview that he gave Nintendo during this Treehouse Live event. He was like, I don't have time to talk. I gotta go. Bye. So yeah, so they are still shooting for the August release date of the game. And they're working on it, everything they can. I thought this looked really cool. One of the things that you'll be happy to hear, Nick, is the way you level up in this game. It's through an arcade machine, and the arcade machine is Hotline Miami.
Hell yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when you select the Hotline Miami arcade machine, you then get to level up like your health and power and skills and attack and everything. And the Death Glove from Travis Strikes Back is a item in this game. So all those abilities from Travis Strikes Back do carry over into this game.
Cool.
That's cool. I don't remember any of those abilities anymore.
Well, they'll probably teach them to you again, because it seems like something they would do. Yeah, I mean, it's very No More Heroes. And then one of the other things the only thing I guess I would say I have issues with in this game is the 5 seconds they showed of the open world, yeah, no, that ran at like 10 FPS. And they quickly got
Yeah.
off the open world map when they noticed that was happening. They did also mention that this was an older build, but we don't know how much of an older build. It didn't look that great game like graphics wise, but like gameplay wise, it looked pretty good. Like in the boss fight they were showing, it was to do with like polarity, and like you would have to like step on a red square to like push them away. And if you stepped on the red square, then like you were able to push the boss away and push him into like an electric fence and that sort of deal. And like if they had the blue square, it basically opposites attract and so on and so forth. You know, usual thing you would do with like magnets. And depending on what color the boss was, that's what kind of square you needed to find and step on to be able to use your power to push them away or pull them forward so you can beat the shit out of them. And it was neat. I did dig the boss fight and the idea they had for it, and it looked like a lot of fun. And like in the boss gauge, there was a red part of the gauge, a yellow part, and the green part, and each one of those parts were different phases of the boss battle. So you also had like a visual way to represent what phase the boss was in at that time. And I thought that was pretty cool. So just in general, it looks like a lot of attention and care is going into this game. I think the only problem is the system it's on is going to hold it back, just in general. So it is what it is, but I hope that Suda51's able to do enough that he can get it to work the way he needs it to on the Switch.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, August is not that far away.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, the
So-
boss fights were fine. They were like 60 FPS, no issue whatsoever. The like corridor where you're like fighting enemies, fine, 60 FPS, no issues whatsoever. But like open world, nah, fam. So hopefully there's not that much open world stuff, or like you can like it's like a choice you can make, or maybe like if anyone could like pull off being tongue in cheek about knowing the hardware's limitation, it's probably Suda51. So it's entirely possible he might like actually have something in the game canonically to do with the open world being all fucking weird and whatnot. I don't know. I kind of hope he's able to, though. And there was this neat little thing where whenever you die in like a boss battle, you get a wheel that spins. And if you land on one of the like good guy characters like faces and whatnot, then it would do something like you get an extra life, or your next fight or next life that you have, you'll have like 1.5 damage instead of just your normal attack power, as a way to like help people that continuously die in the game. And I thought that was a neat little way to handle something like that without just outright being like easy mode, go. And I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
So-
in general, it looked good. It was a good presentation for the game. I'm excited for it. This is still my most look forward to game of the year.
I think it should be pretty exciting. It falls in a nice like dead space too, which I think will help it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because not much else is like coming out around that time. So, yeah.
I got a lot to worry about around that time.
For August, like August is just I don't think there's anything, is there?
That's my wedding.
Oh, well, that's different. Different worries there, Brandon.
I said I do. I didn't specifically say it was gaming related.
Well, usually you're talking about games. I was like, what
no,
else is
no.
going on
I
in
just
August?
wanted to make a joke. That's all.
Yeah. So there's that. So that pretty much wraps up in Nintendo. Unless you
I
guys had
think
anything else to talk about for
They had
them.
some good showings. They probably had one of the best showings out of everyone. Like overall, there were some games that I liked more that I saw in the Microsoft showing, but there was a more consistent amount of games that were very good.
I will
in
say,
the Nintendo
like,
showing.
There's a couple like last takeaways just overall.
Mhm.
I thought it was interesting that like not really Nintendo or Microsoft really had any like big surprises. I mean, Nintendo had some like they had surprises,
Mhm.
but like not like huge AAA surprises. Probably the best way to
Yeah.
put it. Yeah. Because Metroid's gonna be fucking rad. Like, don't get me wrong, but
Fuck
they like did not have like, hey, guess what? You know, here's the next Mario or something like that. I mean, actually, if you even look at Nintendo surprises, the only one that might have been developed in house was the
Wario?
WarioWare. Yeah.
And that wasn't a surprise due to them basically leaking it a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the stuff, like I mean, Advance Wars is way forward.
Mhm.
Mercury Steam is Metroid. Like Mario Golf is Camelot. Like I mean, Breath of the Wild sequel obviously is the big Nintendo project. We knew about that one already, but it's like, it's obviously there are other teams are working on stuff, but we really don't know what. So obviously they have to have a lot of stuff in the pipeline.
Mhm.
So
To be fair, Camelot is like a better choice for Mario Golf than I'd say any other.
I think they're the only ones who've done it, right?
I think there was at one point where a different group took over, but I don't remember which one. Or
Yeah.
maybe just, I'd have to check. But I could have sworn there was one point where one Mario Golf game was a different developer, and then everyone hated it.
Yeah, I think maybe like one of the spin-off ones, maybe.
Possibly. Maybe one of the like DS ones or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting. And then, yeah, and those are the two things I had to say about just those overall things. And honestly, I think at the other conferences I watched Ubisoft and Square Enix.
Mhm.
I think were the only two other ones I bothered to watch, and they were just a complete waste of my time.
Yeah, I watched
Ubisoft
everything.
was Mario and Rabbids. That was cool, I guess. But yeah, that was it. I don't know if there's anything else. Any other notable games you want to talk about? I mean, those were my highlights.
Uh, I mean, like I said before, that extreme sports game that Ubisoft showed off, that was like the mountain biking and then like the hang gliding and all that stuff, like with like 60 plus people. I thought that looked really cool. I'm trying to find out what it is. Let me go check. Do. Yeah, okay, all right. So here it is. The game is called Riders Republic. That one. Riders Republic was one of the games that was shown at Ubisoft, and I think that as well as like Rainbow Six Extraction and Rabbids were the only thing worth showing at Ubisoft, to be honest.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you are not.
For Square Enix, because I also watched that one. Oh goodness, was that in Square Enix or was that in the PC Gaming Conference? I have to check
Which
because
one?
I also watched the PC Gaming Conference. I don't know. I think it's like Solstice, or Soul
remember that.
Justice or something. I don't remember what it was, but let me see. PC Gamer. I'll check there
Remember,
first.
Square Enix was like, "Hey, we're releasing Final Fantasy Collection of 1 through 6."
Yeah, that
And
was whatever.
well, I think the funny part was, they showed maybe like of like the 60-second trailer, 10 seconds of it might have actually been footage from those games.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, coming to mobile soon. And I was like, oh, okay, nobody cares then. Thank you. Go back to where you came from.
I thought, in all honesty, that a lot of the best stuff was shown just in different places throughout that weren't really any particular conference. Like I think some of my favorites came from the ID at Xbox, some of the PC gaming conference, like in between moments, and then some of Gorilla Collection.
Mm-hmm.
But like Solstice looks like if Platinum Games decided to make a game that was incredibly gory and like your companion's like a ghost or some shit. I don't know. It looks like what I expected the Final Fantasy Origins game to look like, but wasn't. So yeah, I actually linked that if you want to check it out, Nick, because this game looks sick.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
And then one of my favorite developers was actually in the PC gaming conference thing. New Blood. You guys know who New Blood is?
Nope.
All right, so
Can't say I do.
okay, so they made Dusk, and they also made like a medieval, and basically they're making like a bunch of retro shooters, but they're like really good at it, like incredibly good at it. And the like main head of Dusk, who is just a gigantic meme on social media, he had an interview, and then in the middle of his interview, he was interrupted by being told that they have to go to Gabe Newell now because Gabe Newell wants to talk. He's like, "You're really fucking pushing me for Gabe? Really? You think I'll fucking forget this?" Like he just started throwing a fucking fit in the middle of the interview. Obviously, the whole thing was scripted, but it was pretty good. It was very on brand for this guy, and He's a very entertaining dude, but I like his stuff. So yeah. Actually, Xbox had another conference today, guys.
Yeah, it was just
Oh, yeah.
developer reviews and stuff. There wasn't anything new announced.
Yeah, it just looks like some extra gameplay for some of the games that we had already seen, and then otherwise just trailers and stuff that we had seen as well. And like you said, developer interviews. Yeah, I mean, Square Enix was probably one of the no, because Capcom existed, and so did so did Namco Bandai.
Really trying to figure out what the worst one was.
Yes, absolutely.
Probably 2K.
Yeah, 2K. 2K games is definitely the worst. You're right.
The worst one I saw was Square Enix.
You should watch the 2K games one. Like just
No, I don't have time for that, Brandon. I don't have time for it. There's a reason I didn't watch it in the first place because I knew they weren't going to show shit. So I didn't watch it.
Did you know they were gonna lie to you for 45 minutes?
I just knew it was not going to be worth my time. That's all I needed to know. Because usually, like I said, a lot of the third-party stuff, if they don't have, you know which third parties don't have stuff to show.
Mm-hmm.
So those ones are just like, yeah, I'm not going to watch you.
Yeah, but there's a difference between not showing games and apologizing for not being inclusive for 45 minutes. And when your like company straight up is built on that and is just like known for being fuckwits, it's like, ugh.
Well, that's what happens when you cater to a popular internet message board.
Okay.
Did you guys have any other E3 stuff that you wanted to talk about?
No, not particularly.
No, not really.
That's it. I mean, I talked about what I thought was the most important stuff. I don't know if there's anything else. Otherwise, I mean, Pokemon Unity comes out in July.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we talked about Microsoft and we talked about Nintendo.
Yeah.
And like I said, there is... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, Pokemon just had like a showcase today because they weren't at Nintendo's conference at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they showed off that. I don't think they had anything else. I think it was just that.
Mm.
So just random, like whatever. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, like those are the big things for me. So I mean, I think this year is going to be. I feel like I have enough games this year coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty set. So it was. I don't think it was a complete bust.
No, I just don't think it was great.
Yeah.
I think it was beyond mediocre. And I think looking at it as a whole and not out of the sum of its parts, I think it was one of the worst that's ever been put on. Because like you're talking about stuff like I mentioned with 2K games. 2K games was fucking garbage. It was just stupid what they did. They didn't even try. And then like Capcom, and then like Ubisoft, and then like those. You take all of those and you put that together, and you're like, this was E3 for this year, and you're like, that's one of the worst ones I've ever seen. Like there was nothing even to make fun of because of how bad it was. It was just awful.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't argue with it. So,
yeah.
You guys ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us. This E3 extravaganza. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, wherever else we are. We're in all the places. And if you want to check us out, you can go to game-crunch.com. Or you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, send us an email at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon, any final thoughts?
No, I'm good.
No? Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm streaming. I keep streaming every week.
Yeah.
I always say no, I'm good, and then I say this. So I guess that's my thing. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Fridays, 8 p.m. This week, in honor of Forza Horizon 5 being announced, we're gonna play Forza Horizon 4 for funds. Yeah, and in the upcoming weeks, we're gonna be playing Grounded because I saw the new updates coming out on the 22nd, and that looks like a lot of fun. So we'll be playing Grounded as well as Overcooked 2, which is free right now on Epic Store. So we all went and grabbed Overcooked 2 so we could play some of that in multiplayer. Because I've never played Overcooked. I've only seen how fun it is to play Overcooked, but I've never done it myself. So should be good.
That is good. I'm sure you will have lots of people watching you play it for 15 hours. That's a long time. I don't know how you did it.
Wait, what did I do?
Stream for 15 hours.
Oh, I mean, that's just normal for me.
So
I don't know. I
Nick?
feel like if I don't stream for at least like 10 hours,
Uh-huh.
then I'm just like, I'm wasting my time. Like I did one stream that was like 5 hours, and I was like, well, this felt like I wasted my time. I don't know. I feel like it's all or nothing for me when it comes to things,
I mean, there's definitely much worse ways to be, because you could be nothing.
right?
You could be Rabid Rosalina of streaming.
Yeah. I did it for 4 hours and 10 minutes, which was the entirety of Operation Tango. I played through that one, and it was just like, oh, we're done now? What, really? But we just got started. That was quite literally how I felt when we ended that stream.
Anyways, Nick, final thoughts?
Gaming.
Gaming? How dare you?
That's such a
You pleb.
brave thing to say. You shouldn't be a gamer in modern times. It's just bad.
Anyways, that said, I'm Mike Anastasia. You can find me online. I'm Clash Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
We lost Nick.
And what it is Nick has died.
Nick is dead. I don't know what's going on with this computer either.
I don't either. So we can wait for him to get back. Yeah. How did you feel about this year's E3?
Like just overall, or
Overall.
just
From everything you saw.
it was okay.
I honestly felt like it's probably the worst E3 they've ever put on in the
No.
history of E3.
No, there's definitely worse E3s.
I don't
I
know.
don't remember which one. I
feel
remember
like-
there's
I feel like there are worse press conferences for individual people, but overall, as a whole, I feel like this was the worst. Welcome back.
Yes.
You walked in on me saying I feel like this was the worst E3 that's ever been put on, and then
You gotta
Mike said,
cut them some slack. You really do.
I just said it was okay. I was like,
"So
whatever.
okay, all right, listen, Nick, I understand. I do understand that
Do
there is
you?
a pandemic. Yes,
Do
I
you
do.
understand
I do. But what I need you to listen to me and what you need to understand is if the stuff is still affecting you that much so that you haven't been able to do things, wait another year. Don't fucking put on E3. Just do individual things like you've been doing before now. Why did you pick this year to come back into E3? Why did you do that? Why did you pick this year to market it as E3? When you were going to cancel the entire show to begin with, forever. So, like, why did you have to bring it back for this year, and the first year you bring it back is one of the most disappointing years that you've ever put on?
Counterpoint, it's not really E3's fault. Like they organize the event.
It's not E3's fault. You're correct. But that's why I'm saying, why just not do E3 and, like, give it another year like you would with the development of a game, and then be like, announce those things through your individual platforms instead.
Because
Like,
they don't know what people are going to show off. I'm sure the conversations were like, E3's like, hey, Microsoft, do you want to do this? And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll throw some
But
stuff together.
that doesn't make any sense, because, like, Nintendo skipped E3 before this shit came up. So why come back this year and be like, yo, we're back at E3? I mean, Nintendo had the best, one of the best showing. And then Microsoft also had the second best showing. But so many other people had nothing. And they still were marketing as, like, their E3. And as such, I was just like, why don't those people just do individual, like, announcements and not consider it as part of E3? That's what didn't make sense to me.
I mean, what's the difference? Like, if they do it as part of E3 or just did it on the same day on their own?
I feel like when you make yourself part of E3 and your entire conference is about the relationship between you and your company, and you've marketed this as an E3 conference, yeah, it's not really something you should do. Take-Two is probably who I'm looking at for that one. I don't know if you saw Take-Two's thing, but it was just like, hello, we here at Take-Two are all about inclusion. And as such, and then it's like, dude, you are just lying to me for 30 minutes. You are just straight up lying to me and being like, please forgive us and buy our products. They didn't even announce a single fucking game. And then Capcom was just like, here's trailers of everything we've been showing you for the last 2 months. And it was like, why? Why?
Yeah, maybe that's all the developer. I mean, you can't blame E3.
No,
Like,
I'm
because
not. I'm just saying that several people that were part of this year's E3 didn't need to be. And as such, those people
Brandon said this
attempting...
could have been an email.
Yeah, it literally could have been an email.
Here's the thing. I will level with you on some stuff, right?
Okay.
So,
Go for it.
like, Square Enix E3 fucking sucked. It was terrible. It was a terrible. It was a terrible thing.
Take-Two?
Take-Two's was just, we're sorry for 45 minutes.
It was like saying, we're sorry for being racist and homophobic. We're still gonna do it, but please believe that we're sorry about it.
Ubisoft was lackluster, except for we got a Rabbids sequel, which I'm super happy about.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I also really like that extreme sports game they showed. That's like mountain biking and then like wingsuiting with jetpacks.
Yeah,
that looked cool.
But, like, here's the thing. I will say, for the conferences I expected to be shit, were shit. The ones I expected to be good were good. You know, Microsoft and Nintendo's were good.
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix's was dog shit. You showed me Marvel for 20 minutes and then brushed over Final Fantasy 16.
They didn't even talk about it, did they?
It was in their sizzle reel.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, though, you never expect anything from them anyways. Like, Square Enix conferences always suck. All the other ones always suck outside, like, the big publishers.
Mhm.
It's just like, yeah, I mean, if you were... Like, did Namco ever even put on a show in the past? I don't think so.
No,
like,
absolutely not. But that's my point. Why the fuck choose now to do so when you have the least amount of stuff? It's the first E3 back after a major, disaster, a major issue, and you decide I'm gonna look as shit as humanly possible.
it's free advertising. Really,
it's free real estate.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's get back on topic.